Okay. Alright, so now that I got you kind of standing there, for those who know me, hello, how are you? And then those who are just clicking on and starting to view my page, my name is George, welcome. I am making a major decision, okay? These are a type of major decisions when you're deciding where you want to live next, what's the next chapter, what is it going to be about. I am planning to move to California. When I move to California, I'm hoping to be very career orientated. I do have a job. I do enjoy my job, as an employee, but the career that I'm talking about is for myself, somehow where I can leave a mark. Okay? I want to leave a business here. A helpful, useful business, because what is a business for? A business, yes, is to make profit, right? It is to be wealthy and sustainable, and it's also to benefit society. And what I mean is the calling. When you have a calling towards something, either if it's a goal or if it's a relationship or a dream, okay, once you get that relationship, I think it's a lot easier to work on it than it is to discover it, right? Because you don't know until you experience it. So I don't even know how I got to that spiel. That's just, a golden nugget. I feel like those is like an important message for some parts of me and maybe some parts of you. So I am starting off my journey pretty soon here. I would like to provide free readings for people in exchange of an honest review and an honest, what you felt about it. And do you feel like it's useful? And if you're willing to share your experience, I would love to document your story. My readings most likely do not deal with perfection. Alright, I'm gonna look for blockages. I'm going to look for injuries. I'm gonna look for trauma. I am going to look for patterns that exist, not just in your realm, but in your generation's realm. Right? The curse is a sensation. It's felt. It's a vibration. Okay, pain is not the same. Okay, but pain is always existing. We're not feeling it all the time, but the same way happiness is always going to be there. Happiness is always going to be available. Happiness is always going to be there, but it might not be there all the time. So that's what I'm trying to say. Pain is simply an emotion, just like anger. Anger is simply an emotion, right? But the way it's expressed, it's what can either trigger it or what can, come out as a result, mistakes or bad behaviors and things that you don't think with your logical, centered self. So, again, that's just a little bit of tea for me to you to me, sipping tea. Book a reading with me, I guess. I'm excited because this is what I want to bring to California, and this is what I want to remember. Wisconsin was a place of growth. It was a place of isolation. It was a place of development and improvement on non-surface level things, because the surface level is so practical, so it's easy to inspect. It's easy to see a person is hurt when they're crying. It's easy to see a person is having a good time when they're laughing, but you never know what's really inside. You really don't. Even when that person explains to you what they're going through, it can never be replicated in the exact same experience of expression, because that's what we do when we speak. We express ourselves, and everybody has a unique expression. There can be a lot of similarities, right, to point out, but everything to the exact core, everything from a point of view is going to be different. That's why we feel people don't understand us, because we're trying to show a point of us that we have analyzed within ourselves based off the information we have with ourselves. And then we try to use that information and reveal it to somebody else. Things are interpreted in a data format, and no matter how many times it's being copied, it's never the original. It might be a little, messy. It might be a little painful. It might be a little, you know, traumatic. You know what I'm saying? But it's not permanent. That is the cool thing about trauma. Trauma can be utilized to an expression that can relate to more people than happiness. Because some people know how it feels to be hurt, but not a lot of people know how it feels to be joyful and be happy and be at peace and be, acceptance. Living without shame and things like that. Not everybody knows how to do that because the shame hasn't been really talked about and been really expressed. So you, my friend, have an ear to talk to. You have your deepest, darkest rock bottom point, right? The part of you that you keep thinking shouldn't have happened or was wrong to do or things like that. You have an ear to talk to, and that's your own ears. Okay? I am simply just somebody that's going to be whispering to you, saying that it's okay. As you repeat that rock bottom to yourself. And it's not going to be in a voice. It's not going to be a voice. It's not going to be the words the way you're listening to me now. It's the feeling that you're feeling. The reason why you might listen to me, or you might give me a chance, or you might want to be, exposed to yourself, trying to figure out why is this happening or why is that. Because let me tell you, my friend, you are creating something beautiful. You are creating something beautiful. And it's already been created. Now you just need to express that beauty in you. All right, and that's how I'm gonna end this video today. I hope you guys really did enjoy this conversation because I'm making moves that are kind of terrifying but exciting at the same time, just because it's time to, it was always time. I don't know, we'll just have to stay tuned and find out how the future unfolds. I'm allowed to feel happy, I'm allowed to feel anxious, and I'm allowed to overcome those feelings that I want to overcome, and then I'm allowed to live a happy life. I am a happy life, and not saying my day is always happy or my body's always happy, but my happy life overall, I know that I'm at peace at life, and I understand that sometimes bad things happen to good people, and I understand sometimes good things happen to bad people. Honestly, I don't really believe in bad or good people. I believe in some people were observing bad behaviors and didn't know what to categorize a behavior. They were exposed to this stuff without the defense, because our life, the world that we live in, it already existed before we were born into it. So that means the pain, the happiness, the blissful, right? Some people are happy, some people are angry, some people are living their best life, for a moment, and then some people are living it overall peacefully. And we are literally a sponge, not just in what we see and how we replicate things and the words that we use, right? If you're born to an English speaking family, most likely you're gonna recite English as your language. If you're born in a Spanish speaking family, most likely you're gonna recite the Spanish speaking family. If you were invited by this world, you would speak the language that you were surrounded with. I'm getting that this world is really an invitation, and we are actually all guests of this life. This planet doesn't even belong to us. We were here to make it a home. And that's why I think we're guardians of this world. And I know that is We were supposed to create a system. A system was supposed to be created. Our ancestors knew what they were doing for, and this is the results of it. Yeah, we might be abusing the system a little bit. We might be using the system a little bit. We might not know how to use the system a little bit. We might not even want to be in part of the system. Society, workforce, schooling, whatever the case is, we might have time to that. What I'm trying to say is we were born without titles, right? In a way. So that's the original system. That's the system that we came into, that we were invited to, was a systemless world. A world that didn't have any operations, a world that didn't have anything built, a world, no matter how we started, right? I mean, the possibility of someone else that wasn't us created the things that are created. What animal can create like humans? What sea creature can create like humans? What freaking technology can create like humans? All right? No matter if AI really does develop and live among us humans, you know, they can't create things like us. We're uncreatable. We do the creating. Okay? We create ourselves. That's how good we are at creating. You know what I'm saying? And we really raise ourselves. Like, we raise ourselves and we teach ourselves. Like, we have so much intellect and intelligence. Like, the fact that I even have a light bulb in here and I have some lighting over here trying to light up my good side and my good side, you know? The fact that I'm creating paintings and people can actually have like a personal relationship to that, like, that is amazing. We're too intelligent for ourselves. We need to kind of slow it down a little bit, but you know, it is what it is. The system that we created was meant to exceed us. We were meant to feel the pressure. We were meant to go through these things. We were meant to be blindsided, all right? Because we created ourselves through overtime, evolution, no matter how we see it. Now we have names, we have date of birth, we have, you know, transportation, we have positions, and we just have identities and characteristics and traits and, you know, oof, my gosh, we really did some work. And I want to say it's time to thank us for where we are today, because we might not recognize the importance that we play as a civilization, but it is tremendous and it is beautiful, because it's just simply a system within a system that we were building for a higher system to run itself and operate itself. For what though? Don't know the answer to that. And I don't really care for it, because it's not my purpose. It's not my reasoning to. I'm not the person to have the answers of what we need to do. I'm not that. I just simply pull out information. This is my collective reading. This is my universal reading. I'm just going to give out golden nuggets, and I'm just going to channel out messages, and I'm going to deliver it to you. And if it resonates with you, that's amazing. And if it doesn't resonate with you, that's amazing as well. Because in the end of the day, it might trigger something in you, just a small fraction. And it's like, wow, that kind of makes sense. Or, wow, I never seen it in that point of view. And I believe that this point of view isn't malicious. I believe this point of view isn't exciting. And I believe this point of view is really useful. I believe I'm useful in multiple ways, and I do different things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am a multitasker. I can do multiple things. My work ethics are, I would like to say, overall, they're good when I'm at work, but when I am not at work, obviously I don't represent, like, the company that I work for, because I can't represent it. I'm just a helper. That's all I am. I help with the mission. I help with the statements. I help with, you know, with the operation. That's my duty. And that's what I signed up for. But I have other purposes and other intentions for like other things. Like, I want to really tap into my artistic side, and I am, and this is a part of it. And I was always afraid that witchcraft was a real thing, and you know, I was always afraid that devil work is a real thing, and I always accept that, like, a sin is a sin, no matter how big the sin is. No sin is greater than the other. But the problem with that is the consequences would not be the same. So yeah, wrong is wrong. There is no right way about that, right? Um, and a sin is a sin, but the consequences is what weighs out different. And I think sometimes we gave ourselves consequences that we probably didn't deserve, but we just knew how to. And that's why a lot of us are hurting, is because we have programmed, um, we have accepted a program that has a purpose for a situation, but not a purposeful life for itself. And now the program has to really be like deleted. There's no way around it, is that it just can't live on. It's like having a system on with the TV off, right? Is you need both things on or you need both things off. It just can't operate with itself. So that is what I feel about the systems that we live in, our system that we were invited into, and then our system that um, that we have created and utilized uh, for life. So again, my name is George. Thank you for watching, and I'm so excited for my future because this is something that you're going to be hearing. We are going to be hearing more about, because I love to watch my own content. I think I'm very beautiful in the way that I express myself, and I don't know. I'm just very excited. All right, peace and love.